friends, today we're going to be making some homemade biscuits. We're having breakfast for dinner, so we're going to be making some homemade biscuits, and I'm going to be making them the Brenda Gantt way. So if you've ever watched any of her videos, you know you fell in love with her, and she's known for her biscuits. Okay, so all the ingredients you're going to need is some self-rising flour, some buttermilk, and some Crisco, and that's it. If you want to grease your skillet or whatever you're cooking with, you'll need a little bit of butter. That's the way I like to do it. She likes to grease hers with Crisco. I just like to put about 2 tablespoons of butter in my skillet, stick it in the oven, and let it get hot. Okay, so the first thing that she does, we have our oven on 500 degrees. And then you just make your well. And to make your well, you just push your flour to the side like this. Kind of make the middle hollow. Now she suggests getting a bowl with the lid and just using that flour only for your biscuits. I think that's an awesome idea. I still need to find me a good bowl, a big bowl with a lid, but until then I've been using this one. We have tried several biscuit recipes, and even the recipe that would be the same as this but a different method, and this is our favorite way. Okay, so I've got my flour all pressed to the side. I hope you can see that. And then I just got the middle of it hollow. Okay, and then we're gonna take about 2 egg size shortenings. So that would be like 1. And that one was a little small, so I'm gonna do that one a little bit bigger. And that would be 2. And I always just like to get a little extra. That's just me. That's not Brenda. Okay, we're gonna put that in the middle, and then we're gonna pour our buttermilk in. And you're gonna pour in approximately a 1.5 to 2 cups. And this gets cold, y'all. Your hand gets cold. So you just pour in that much. I didn't measure, I just kind of guesstimated. But I've been doing this for a little while. Okay, so and then we're just gonna take our hand and we're going to just kind of go like that with our Crisco and our milk. And as we do that, that flour kind of falls in there. And this is freezing, y'all. I'm cold-natured anyway, so this is cold. And we're just going to keep on doing that. And every once in a while, you can just kind of take your hand and get just a little bit of, just kind of rake just a little bit. Because we want to get all of this Crisco really small. And right now, it's probably almost to the pea, what I would call a pea size. Okay, we just keep on doing that, and I kind of like to turn my bowl as I work, and you can also just kind of barely stir it around, and it kind of just grabs some of that flour on its own. Y'all, these biscuits are not heavy. They are very, very flaky, and we just love them. And they're easy. That's what I love about it. Easy, easy, easy. So we've been making these and loving them. This is probably my favorite way now to make homemade biscuits. I'll turn my bowl kind of this way, and then I'll kind of turn it that way. And just kind of keep on getting a little bit of flour at a time. And these don't take long. That's what's really great about it, is they don't take long. And you've got a pan of biscuits. My husband likes the consistency of a big grand biscuit, the flakiness of it. So that's what we were looking for when we were looking for a homemade biscuit. He does not like anything heavy, a heavy biscuit at all. So we have tried lots and lots of different ways. And this by far has been our favorite. And it's just as easy as can be. Okay, it's getting thicker, as you can see. See that dough? It's just, but we're just going to keep on kind of turning it around until it gets where it's not sticky, okay? And we're almost there, y'all. So easy. Okay. I think that's probably good. Don't want it to get too dry, but we don't want it to be too wet. But I think that's probably what we're looking for. So we're just going to get a little bit of flour, and I've cleaned my cabinets really good, and we're just going to put a little bit of flour on the cabinet, okay? Just like that. Maybe a pinch more. Just like that, okay? And then we're going to get it out of our bowl here. Get all the little pieces, because those pieces, they turn to rock hard by the time you're going to make them again. So, just get all your little pieces out. And then we're just going to, we don't want to work it too much because then your biscuits will be tough. Clean my fingers off like that. And I'm going to wash my hand real quick and adjust this camera where you can see the cabinet. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to put flour on your hands like this. Okay. And just kind of pat it. Like I said, don't work it too much, because the more you work it, the tougher it'll get. And you want these to be light. Okay, and we just flatten it down just a little bit. Okay. And we got our skillet here. Now this is a real special skillet. My nanny got this skillet for a wedding present. And Nanny's on hospice now. Goodness. That was probably 60 years ago. So this is a real special skillet. Okay, now I have a biscuit cutter here, and I don't remember where I got it. Probably a thrift store, because I love thrift stores. But anyway, I can't even tell you the brand. I want to say it was Tupperware, but I don't know. But what you want to do is you want to dip your cutter in flour. See, I've got my bowl here. Dip it in flour. Let me move this so you can see better. And you want to dip it each time. Okay? And then just put that biscuit right there in that hot butter. Just like that. Now, Brenda Gantt, she uses, I think, an old, with some kind of can. I think it was a can that had tomato sauce in it or something like that. Pizza sauce or something like that. But anyway. So mine are just a tad bigger, but I like this thing here. Okay. And you'll get about a dozen. With this recipe, you'll get about a dozen biscuits. And just keep on cutting. Now, I do like to do, I'm not doing it this time, but I do like to kind of put my biscuit in the skillet of the hot butter, turn it over where you kind of have butter on both sides. But you can always brush butter on the top. My oven's ready. Okay. These are so good with hot, right out of the deal, hot with some butter. Now, another thing that's really good to do with these biscuits, if you don't want to make them right away, or if you have extra and don't want to make the whole, you don't want to bake this many, put them on a cookie sheet, stick them in the oven, stick them in the freezer, and then after they're frozen, bag them up, and you've got frozen biscuits just like you would, from the store, except they're homemade and they're better. Okay, just a little. If it gets kind of sticky, just put a little flour on it. Okay, I just scooted those together so I could get a couple of more biscuits. And sometimes it makes, you know, since we're not really measuring our flour, sometimes it makes a little extra biscuit or so. And you're not going to have room for it in this skillet. So that's when it's good just to kind of put it in the freezer, like I said. I think I have room for one more. Just kind of put it back together. Stick it in there. And I think we're going to be able to squeeze one more biscuit in there. Okay. Now, let me show you. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got a dozen. All right, and there we go. We're going to stick it in our 500-degree oven for about, we're going to start watching it at 10 minutes. Because between 10 and 13 minutes it gets done. Okay, we'll be back. And this little extra piece here, that'll make about a biscuit. I'll probably just stick it in the freezer and add it to my pile, because there's some mornings you don't have time. You know, all you got to do that way is pull them out. It also makes good fried pies. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. The last couple of minutes right before they're done, I like to take a stick of butter and I like to rub it all over the top. Just right here in the oven. And then let it stay in the oven just for a couple more minutes, and it just gets a beautiful top. So that's what I'm doing now. Okay, we'll slide them back in. Okay, they're done. Let's get them out. And they're beautiful. Let me show you. This skillet is so hot. Let me see if I can show you. Aren't they gorgeous? They are so, so pretty. And they are going to be delicious. They are smoking hot right now, so I'm gonna let them sit for just a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna try one, okay? And I want you to see how flaky it is. All right, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, now we're gonna try one. Now I did, right after I took them out of the oven, I did rub some more butter on top. So, but I still like more butter in the middle. I like butter. And you know, if you've watched us very long, we like salted butter. Okay, so let me just cut this in half and put a little butter in the middle. All right, just slide it in there. Let it melt for just a second. I'm going to take another one and I'm going to show you the flakiness of this biscuit, if I can handle it. See how the bottom is just barely brown? It's just perfect, and it's smoking hot. You see that? Okay, let me break it in two. It's so hot. And you can even turn these out on a plate if you want to. Oh man. But look at this. Look how flaky that is. Oh, it's just delicious. Spongy, flaky. It's not a bit hard. It's not like a Pocky stick or puck, whatever you call that. The little round thing. It is not like that at all. That is perfect. Okay, let's see if this melted. As hot as it is, oh yeah, it's melted. You can put a little jam in there or some honey, but I'm just gonna have it plain. Mmm. Woo. Y'all, this is delicious. You can do it. It's so easy. Anybody can do it. Don't be scared. All right, These are for tonight, so I better not eat any more. We're going to have them for supper tonight. If you like this recipe, give us a thumbs up. We hope you're subscribed by now. If you're not, hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you next time. If you haven't checked out Brenda Gantt, check her out. She's an awesome lady. She's on Facebook. All right, bye.